The Gamers Table will begin after this important message from FBN Multimedia.
You want mystery? You want murder? You want romance? You want to have a blood-curdling adventure? Then this is the Indiegogo campaign for you.
There's something about the city at night. The sounds, the smells, that remind you that life in all its fetid squalor goes on. People live, love, laugh, and die. But life itself goes on.
What have you heard?
Perks.
What kind of perks?
You name it. Fridge magnets?
Buttons?
Absolutely.
What about 5x7s?
Signed.
By who?
Cast and crew?
Really?
Absolutely.
How about script?
You got the moolah for it?
I've got lots of moolah.
You want to be associate producer?
Oh, can I get a peek at the director's script?
You got enough cash for it?
I can get the cash, no problem.
Case of the missing brother.
People live, love, laugh, and die. But life itself goes on.
Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday, and we're reviewing Cavemen, The Quest for Fire.
Hey, howdy. I think the catch-up, or lack of a catch-up mechanism in this kind of hurts the game. Caveman, The Quest for Fire is a game of strategy and cunning set in a prehistoric age. 2 to 5 players take the role of tribal leaders who hunt prehistoric beasts, grow their tribes, and develop new technologies. Be the first to discover fire and usher in a new era of humanity.
The game is not all that difficult. I mean, it's obviously easy to learn and easy to teach somebody else how to play, and with very little rules. The best part about that was this little rules. There weren't any questions that we were asking about how to play this game that weren't covered in this very small rules document. So obviously it's fairly well designed. So it's essentially a card game with extra little bits and pieces. There's the teeth, and there's the food.
Bunch of drumsticks.
And there's the conch that gets passed around
Hey, there's
to
nothing.
the first player.
Nothing left.
And there's the starting tribes. There's the tiger tribe, and there's the wolf tribe, and there's the snake tribe, the owl tribe, and the bear tribe. So it's obviously up to 5 players. The point of this game is to create fire, which is one of the inventions that can come up through the thing.
Yeah, hand me a couple cards.
Here, have some cards.
Just give me some cards so I can look at them.
So, and you're going to want to do that by getting your tribe. There's a lot of things that go on though during it. The first thing you got to do is feed your tribe, and the guy who holds the conch, the leader, must pay the full ride. He's got to pay the full number of food required by all his tribe. Everybody else only just to pay 1 food.
Yeah, 1 food per caveman in his tribe, and everyone else just 1, right?
Yeah, so you got to wonder, well, then why would you ever take this? Because there's an option. You don't have to take it. It gets passed around, but you can steal it from people. Well, you see, the guy who takes this gets the first draw, and then after it's gone around the table, he gets a second shot. So the guy who's got this gets 2, while everybody else only gets 1.
Now, you got a bunch of different abilities on here. And you've got food, and let's see. On the left-hand side of the card is what you're getting. So you've got food, you've got, or what your guys are able to do and spend. You've got food, you've got fight, you've got your teeth on the side. It's all for purchasing cards and bidding for the conch, or conch, or however you pronounce that. I don't know. He always says conch. I always say conch. Anyway, then you've got your invention power, which are the light bulbs over here, and that's what you're going to need to get fire. You want to build that up. You've got a forage ability, so if you're low on food and you can't afford to fight any dinosaurs or anything like that, you can forage for food, but you won't be taking any cards from the card pool. And then you've got your little exploration foot icon here, which allows you to, I think it was,
Buy a
get
new cave.
Get new caves.
Which gives you more room to put more cavemen in your tribe.
More cavemen.
Unfortunately, you put more cavemen in your tribe, you're going to need more food if you happen to be the one who picks up the conch. Now, the other reason to take this, aside from the two things there, is to be able to go first. And the only way you can create fire is if you have this. So if you have the requisite number of light bulbs, depending on how many players in the game, it's a different number. But you don't have this, you can't claim fire.
So you don't want to be spending all your teeth all the time. You want to kind of time it. Try and hold on to that and just say, oh, I just got it. I got to be able to grab that before anyone else can in case they're close too. It might just be that one card that pops up. Oh, you weren't able to get it because you weren't the conch holder, or you weren't second or whatever in the picking order, whatever.
Now, there's some nastiness about this too, because as I said, you can steal it from somebody by paying teeth in. You can bid on it. If you don't bid on it, it passes around the table. Now, sometimes you can see it's going to the next guy. He hasn't got enough food to feed his people. He's going to leave tribe members. I really want this because I want to claim some of the cards over him. You know what? I'm not going to claim it because I want to make sure he gets nowhere. Make sure his food is not enough. He's going to lose his food. He's going to have to lose people, which means he's going to not be so much of a threat in the game anymore.
So one way to get around that, which I found very handy, was keep getting fighting power for your cavemen. You want warriors in your tribe. And when it came time to killing dinosaurs, you can kill the tougher stuff, which gets you better and better benefits. Higher food and higher, what is the other one? The teeth. So you're getting stuff to feed your tribe, and you're getting stuff to pay and bid on the conch, or, cards and things like that. So when it comes time to getting the conch, and you got two choices, and you can take your pick, and I think it's... you decide what's left in there for everyone else to take, so you can get rid of some cards. You can control the game that way. And if you keep getting food and timing it right and just leaving all the tougher monsters in there the other guys can't take out, you're kind of controlling the game and screwing them over.
Oh, yeah.
And it works.
Wrapping up for Cavemen, the Quest for Fire. The theme is your cavemen trying to invent fire. It's a little campy, it's a little silly, and not quite realistic in the way things go, but there's only so much you can do for a game, and it's a card game, and it's simple, and it really looks nice. I'm not going to talk much about it because I know Ken is going to talk about the artwork on it. Easy to teach, yeah. I read over the rules, which are a single page, and taught these guys within 2 minutes of getting there. Here's how we play Cavemen. And we played a game or two around. So it's easy to play and fun to play. You need to be in the mood for it. Because there is a lot of backstabbing, a lot of douchebaggery in this game. It's just, that's what it's about. You're competing tribes for resources. You're going to do your best to screw over the other players. That's what you should be doing. So that's there. So you need to think about it. Do I really feel like that kind of confrontation right now? No, maybe it's not a good game. But otherwise, yeah. So going with those three... And the fact that it's easy, you can pick it up, you get this small box, there's more box than there really needs to be as there is, and it's still a small box you could pack up. It's not that long, so it can be a filler game. I give Cavemen, the Quest for Fire, a 7.5.
I enjoy the game, I obviously did pretty well at it, but still, I could see his point, and I saw what was going on in the game too. Even though I was dominating, I was watching kind of what the other guys were doing, and it was pretty tough to catch up. It's not that easy at all. You got someone controlling the game all the time. If it's allowed to happen, like say in Cyclades, where someone runs away with Zeus and keeps grabbing that and getting all the priests and making it so easy to drive up the bids on everybody else. It's making it hard for them to get Zeus. Then you're kind of controlling the game that way, and it makes it really, really tough for the other players and hard to come back from that. But that's the major drawback from this. Like when you talk about the logic or the realism of the games, like cavemen and dinosaurs. No. It was like 65 million years discrepancy there. But like you said, I was going to talk about the artwork. It's actually really cool. I think it's a lot of like clay sculptures and stuff like that instead of someone using Photoshop or any other medium or something like that. Somebody actually looks like they made clay or whatever they're made of. Looks like claymation puppets or something like that are really actually pretty cool and detailed. Somebody did an excellent job on the artwork. And even like the card backs are kind of neat with a little silhouette of a dinosaur on the back and that. Now, I like the replayability in it. It's not bad. I'd pick it up once in a while, especially if somebody requested it. I said, yeah, sure, let's play that. There are other games out there that I just like, yeah, they're not bad, but I just can't see myself playing them that often. Whether it's just the theme or anything like that, but I particularly like this theme, cavemen and dinosaurs and stuff. I know it's not realistic or anything like that, but it's fun and it's quirky. It's just the catch-up, trying to, keep someone from dominating. That's what kind of hurts it. So, 7 for me.
So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week where we review another game.
Or mumble through one.